Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today I want to take a moment to say Balatro is a complicated game, and that makes it difficult to master. So wherever you're at in your Balatro journey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for sticking with it thus far. For me personally, I'm 4 decks away from beating Ante 10 on every deck. Next is the painted deck. Okay, double tag we don't need. We can... I don't know, discard the low ones, draw the high ones. I need to turn the speed down. Okay, I could do queens and sevens. There we go. I try not to play on the high speed mode more than I need to, because I don't want to get used to it. On the painted deck, you should probably not play pairs with only 4 joker slots. It's going to be difficult to have enough points if you're just spamming pairs compared to playing some higher ranking hand. But Grimbo is probably worth the joker slot. On the painted deck, since we have the extra hand size, makes it a little bit easier to dig for stuff even if we're not using our discards. I think Grimbo is strong enough that we take it. A lot of time when we are doing gold stake runs, you take an early Eternal and then it ends up being dead in the end game. It ends up being useless in the end game anyway. So we can definitely get by with 4 joker slots. Let's go next. Alright, so here, pretty sure we can win with pairs now. We can start with the pair of 8s. I can play a pair of 9s. I could keep the 3 9s. I could play 2 pair. Maybe go play a pair of 6s. Now we can play a higher pair, like a pair of 7s. Pair of 7s is 120, so pair of aces should work. Or we can play 3 of a kind if you want to play extra safe. Full house also. Anyway, we just want to get as much Grimbo value as we can. It's been a while since I said this, but usually with the stacking jokers, you want to stack them up early, even if it costs you a few extra hands, even if it costs you a few extra dollars. Level that up before you get to the point you actually need it. If we have Grimbo, we don't need the Buffoon pack, so let's just go next. Save our money. This boss is going to debuff all of our cards, so maybe we want to play slightly more interesting hands. With Grimbo, I can probably win with the straight, so maybe we play high card a couple times. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to play as many pairs as I can so that, you know, maybe we get a supernova in the future. But if I only have 4 joker slots, I'm probably not going to make room for supernova. We can't take a fortune teller as a perishable, or even if it wasn't perishable. Could take priestess. This is a good time for priestess, looking for mercury. If we don't get mercury, we could take the plutonium instead. We could do high card instead of pairs. Usually we do pairs because you get more chips if you play 2 cards compared to 1 card. Also, mercury cards give you more chips than plutonium does. Also, you have more synergies. You can do more bonus cards if you do 2 cards at a time instead of 1 card. So I think I'm just going to hold the planet cards to block them from spawning in the shop. We can throw a pair of 7s. And here, again, we can win with just pairs if we want. We can win with the 3 aces, so I can actually throw high card 10 here. I can throw a pair of queens. Pair of queens. So there, because it's a pair, 10 chips each, that's 400 points. I can win with another pair. So we'll play pairs until the build stabilizes, and then we can try to build something else. So we don't need Eternal Abstract Joker, don't need Perishable Scary Face. We do potentially want to play pairs for the telescope. Let's save our money, go next. Alright, so here I know I can get at least 400 for a pair. Maybe 450 if it's a high pair. Pair of 9s. So this pair of 7s should be low enough that it doesn't go over. And then we can play a pair of kings. 16 on Grimbo. Perfect pacing. There is some consideration for selling the planet cards and getting extra interest at some point. I think I like holding on to them. Probably Telescope is something that we want to do. And we could take Cloud 9. So if I sell, now that I have the Telescope, if I sell the Plutonium, now we lose $3 from the rental, but then we gain $4 from Cloud 9. Here we can play a pair of 2s. Pair of 2s, not very many chips. Pair of 9s, much better. Gonna be 560. We can play the pair of queens. That gives me the information that this is at least 600 points. Chip it. One consequence of spamming a lot of pairs in the early game, we don't get any money from extra hands. And so it's going to take us longer to get to $25 interest. It's going to take us longer till we get to the point where we can actually afford Arcana packs, but that's fine. Could take mail-in rebate. Grimbo goes down when we discard, but it could be worth it. Trading one molt for, I don't know, we could discard 2 cards at a time, maybe get $10 at a time. Probably worth it. So here, there's some jacks. Let's start with a pair of 5s. Okay. I can follow it up with a pair of kings. I could go 2 pair. I think the pairs are going to be a little bit lean this time. I think it's going to be not quite enough points, just pairs, if I haven't taken any Mercury cards. But I can get 1,000 points for 2 pair. I can play now a pair of queens and then finish with 2 pair. The pair of aces wins from here. I can discard the jack. So I'm trading 1 molt for $10. I could sell the mail-in rebate so we don't have to pay the rental fee. And then finish with a pair of aces. Nice. Next round, we do need 4,800. So probably we open a Celestial pack, or there's a Celestial pack. Can't take Jupiter. Let's see, a rental takes us down to 27. So maybe we don't take a standard pack. We can win the round, but we can't win with just pairs. Gonna need a Mercury card if we want to beat the boss. That's okay. Let's play... I have enough pairs for the Telescope. 17 is fine. We can play 2 pair here. We could play a straight. Let's play 2 pair. Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more gas than that. I need higher ranking cards for more chips. Chips is the current deficiency. I can play a straight with plus 26 molt. I can finish with a pair. Okay. I need a Celestial pack. No Celestial pack, but we can get a foil. Foil wins. Let's go standard pack. I can get a gold seal 8. If there's Shoot the Moon in the shop, I could take another queen. Shoot the Moon is perishable. Let's take the 8 for money. Let's go Spectral. I can get fancy aces. I could get a blue seal. So let's go blue seal 8. And then that 8 I could turn it into a 9 potentially. Maybe Cloud 9 is going to stick around for a long time. I'm not 100% convinced. Probably we don't go back in time. -1 hand, go down to 3 hands seems like a bad idea. Usually what I say is I always go back in time unless I have a reason not to, and the main reason not to is if I'm playing pairs. So that's about 80% of the time I don't go back in time. Go next. Here with Shoot the Moon, we can win with just pairs. And 2 rentals takes me down to 23, so I can't get to the next level of interest. I have the blue seal in hand. I should throw away the queen so that I can play more pairs. I can play a pair of aces. I could sell Shoot the Moon here. Maybe I need Shoot the Moon in the next round to get to 9,000 points. If I hit a Celestial pack, then we're fine. Still no Celestial pack? Bummer. Could take the mail-in rebet and do that dance again. Probably worth a couple bucks. We could skip for 40, but I want to scale my Grimbo. Let's go mail-in rebate first. Chariot doesn't matter. We can go Arcana, looking for Temperance or Hermit. Bull gives me Mercury. I could go bonus cards here. I think Mercury is the safer play. With the mail-in rebate giving me probably about 10 bucks, we can open a standard pack. Take a blue seal. And I could use the chariot on the blue seal. Nah, that's not going to matter. Alright, so rebate on 7s. We can start with a pair of kings. Throwing away an ace. Alright, with the 2 level ups, we're actually pretty strong here. So I can play a pair of 8s now, throwing away a jack. And 2 7s in hand, 2 queens in hand. Let's discard the 7s for the money. I can discard 1 more 7, trade 1 molt for 5 bucks, and try to get that blue seal. Got a couple of blue seals. Alright, I have the gold seal 8. I'm pretty sure... Let's see here. 13-5. With the foil, I don't think we need Shoot the Moon anymore. Go ahead and ship it. Alright, so 2,000 for that pair. Give me a Celestial pack. Celestial pack gives me Mercury. That should get me up to 2,500. Maybe I'm a little bit short. I can take a Spectral pack. I can reroll for tarot cards first. 2 Eternals. So we can go 1 more. Bummer. Here, Hex. So I could get rid of the rebate. I could get rid of Cloud9 here. Cloud9 is giving me a little bit of money, but not a lot of money. Rebate does conflict with Grimbo. Is it worth it to Hex? Probably. So something we could consider here is if I use Hex, best case scenario is it hits Grimbo. Worst case scenario, I gotta plug in my mouse because my mouse died. Well, I guess hitting rebate would be okay. Maybe. So if I sell rebate, I get 2 bucks. And then I guarantee Hex Grimbo. Or if I use Hex, there's a chance that it hits rebate. And then we're fine. So it's like 50-50. The downside is I lose 2 bucks if I lose the coin flip. Eh. Oh well. We could take Northern Lion. Yeah, without much else going on, rental Northern Line, that seems like a good deal to me, actually. I want to come back for this blank voucher. Let's go next. So with the polychrome now, we should be fine on pairs. We could play a pair of jacks. Play the higher pair for higher chips. So that's about 4,000. We could play a low pair here, is fine. 3,000. Yeah, another low pair, and then finish with the aces. And then we ask the question, okay, with 29 cards in the deck, is it worth it to dig for a blue seal? If I discard 5 cards, I lose a molt, but then I have a chance of getting a blue seal. I think on average, it's not worth it. If conditions were different, if I had less cards in the deck, if I had more blue seals in the deck, if I had other cards like gold cards that I could draw, I could take Cloud9 again. Alright, I want Cloud9 for the money. I want the blank voucher. If I take the blank voucher, I can't afford the 2 Celestial packs. We could sell Northern Lion here. And then I don't have to worry about the rental. So yeah, I don't want to lose interest here. And I don't need the Celestial packs. I can just go next, I'm pretty sure. Or do I want one? It's cost me $5. I think it's worth it. $5 for a Mercury card. Is it worth it? $8 for another Mercury card? I don't think so. Let's go next. Alright, so I have the blue seal in hand. I'm only going to play 2 cards at a time because I don't want to lose the blue seal potentially. I have the best chance of retaining it if I only play 2 cards at a time. Okay, I can play a pair of 4s. Bummer. Alright, I can play the gold 8. Okay, so that's the first half of the run. That's the first 12 rounds. We have a fully online, we have a fully stable pairs build. Now we get to ask the question, what do we want to do next? How do we want to transition into ante 10? That's the goal. Spades are debuffed, that's okay. Extra discard doesn't matter, we could go buffoon pack. We should go Celestial packs before anything else because we have the guaranteed value from the telescope. Now we ask the question, do we want the buffoon pack? Buffoon pack takes me down to 27 is fine. We could go parking money. Probably gives us more money than business card does, since we have the extra hand size on the painted deck. Could take a swashbuckler here if we are concerned about being able to hit 25,000. We got 2 upgrades, we got 2 Mercury cards, so probably we don't need the swashbuckler. Okay. Play the 9s. Yeah, almost 8,000 on that pair. I can play a stinky pair of 5s. I can play a pair of aces, throwing away a pair. And we don't have the blue seal. 30 cards in the deck. In the next shop, I should buy the discard voucher. Probably. Show me the money. Alright, so to get 37,000, we need a little bit more gas, but not necessarily a lot. Celestial pack helps, and of course, Blue Joker will get the job done. We could look inside a buffoon pack for something spicy. Take a free roll here. Probably that's better than Cloud9. Blue Joker. Lovers. Alright, that's it. Wasteful Voucher? Maybe. Maybe we'll see. Boss still gonna debuff my clubs. Sorry, spades. Play the twos. So the awkward thing about Blue Joker is the more cards that you play, the more cards that you draw, and then Blue Joker gets really weak really fast, but we don't need it to be very strong for very long. That's plenty. I want to draw an 8 for money. The next pair wins. I'm a little bit concerned about playing the high card 8 here. I guess I will play the pair of queens. Which wins? That's it. Alright, 47 bucks. To-do list on high card. We can't do. We're bound to play pairs. We could take some face cards for the parking money, but parking, probably we're not going to stick with it forever, so... Oil glass seems pretty strong in the situation where we have a blue seal in the deck. We can get the ×2 on the base mult. I think I'm gonna say no, and then that makes it easier for me to draw my blue seals. I'm looking for a Devil Tarot card. Before we go Arcana, we can go one more. There's a Faceless Joker. Faceless Joker, we could get money. Hungman. So, prioritizing the card removal. Let's go aces and fours. We can hang them. One from the top, one from the bottom. This is a build where it looks like we could have a face card endgame happening. Alright. We can play the threes. I can play a pair of nines. Followed up with tens. I could throw away this queen if it's not going to give me any parking money. Followed up with tens. Debuffed 8. Bummer. Alright. If I get maybe 2 more Hungmen, if I remove 2 more cards from the deck, maybe then it becomes worthwhile to dig for the blue seals. Card Shark is great. Boss has decreased level of poker hands, so that means no repeats. That's less good. That's actually pretty stinky. So would I rather have a free reroll or the parking money? I do get a devil for the blue seal. I think I mean, we could do better than Card Shark. But also, I don't know, it's already round 15. Parking gives me more than the free reroll. I still need the blue joker. I think in order to beat this boss, I want to have the blue joker. If the boss is going to decrease my levels. Or do we do the greedy thing? We have 2 shops. We have 2 free rerolls. Maybe we don't need blue joker. We could do a mime. Mime retriggers blue seals. Mime, we can retrigger gold. Maybe that's better than the free reroll if we got the parking. As an eternal, let's do it. Crystal Ball, great with the mime, because then we have more room for the blue seal retrigger. We could open the standard packs. There's a red steel card I think is worth taking now since we have the mime. We could take another steel card. We could take another red seal. Could take a red seal glass card and then play the glass card against the boss and try to win in one hand so that we don't get as many D levels. Really wishing we had not blue joker but a stronger source of chips, scaling source of chips. Red glass is probably worth taking. At the very least, if it gets annoying, we can break it. Or we can turn it into steel in the future. It's okay if we go down below $25 because parking and mine will give us our money back. We can go blue gold. We can go play the 10s, throwing away the 4s. The next pair wins because we got the card shark. Is that okay? Or do we want to stall? And then get more parking money? I mean, that's not a bad deal. How confident am I in this? If I play the pair and it's worth 3 times as much. I think maybe it doesn't win yet. And we gotta play another pair. Some might say calculated. Alright, so we get about 50,000 for the second pair. Which means the next round I need 3 pairs. Cool. Could take a burglar. I mean, burglar's cool with Grimbo. Cool with parking, but we just don't have the slots. Alright, if I pick up Mercury here, maybe I don't need 3 pairs, maybe I only need 2 pairs. We could take Mars for 4 of a kind. And then Mercury. Go next. If I really cared about money, I would discard first and then find the face cards first. It would cost me a mult, but we would get way more money. Okay, so that's 26,000, and then the next one's triple that. So the next pair wins. Do I need the steal? I guess I'll keep it. Can play the high card. A little mime money. I can play a pair of 7s this way. And then I can play a pair of 7s the other way. Or a pair of 10s. Yeah, there we go. So I could play the 10s. I could dig. I wouldn't be able to dig very far, so I'm just gonna ship it. Probably what happens is the boss de-levels us twice. We have to play 2 hands. But then the mime allows us to bounce back. We already have level 16 pairs, maybe that's okay. And only having 4 Joker slots feels bad. Could take a purple king. Purple pretty bad with Grimbo, but pretty good for whatever kind of long-term prospects you might be interested in doing. Could take a glass king here. Have the glass card for the future. Nah. Rebate on jacks. Hey, look, an idol. I have money, but I'm not going to spend $7 on a reroll. We can wait until the next ante. We get another voucher to spend money on. We can play high card 9 or a pair of kings. Let's play the pair of kings. So this is a stinky pair. The next pair doesn't actually win. So I'm going to have to play a pair 3 times, which stinks. And this pair is even weaker than the last one. Alright. The next pair wins. I can play high card and then play the pair of queens. I could discard here to find face cards. I could discard here to find a gold card. I could just play the 8s. 30 cards on the deck, let's play the 8s. Alright, we lose 3 levels, but we gain 2. So I guess that's fine. And then in the next ante, we're chilling. The boss says, face down after each hand played. That's slightly annoying if you're not using discards. You can make up for it by using your discards. Play one, discard, play one, discard. Get another red steel card. Fool gives me Mercury. Maybe I don't use it right away. Arcana, Empress, Sun, Star. This stuff, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that's stuff that we don't need. What I can do is I could go Fool for Mercury. I could use a suit changer. I could turn the face cards into molt cards in case of emergency. I'm using the Fool for Mercury right now because the Mime is going to give me a bunch of Mercury cards anyway, and I have to use the Fool anyway. Otherwise, I would hold the Fool. Here, we can throw away the Glass 7 by playing a pair of 3s. Pair of 3s is worth 30. So the next pair wins. I could play a pair of 7s. Once I level up my pairs enough, then maxing out Grimbo doesn't matter, but we do still want to get the money from the parking when possible. We do want to get at least 1 seal. So discard twice. Discard 3 times. We do get the seal and it's gold. Okay. Ship it. So discarding twice or discarding 3 times, we lose 3 molt, but we get 2 Mercury cards plus the gold card for the Mime. Get the parking money. There's a photograph, which we don't have room for, nor do we have need for. I think I'm just gonna do the steel cards, which is maybe something that we don't do all the time, except for the last video we did a bunch of steel cards. That was a fun one. Alright, so no on the photograph. One more. Yep, boss is still annoying. Alright, here's a pair of 5s. I can play a pair with the steel card is maybe a little bit too strong. This doesn't win. Maybe I should move the card shark. Nice. I can play high card 8. I can discard. Keeping the gold seal for money. Looking for at least 1 blue. One more time. Alright, one more time. Bummer. That's huge. That's a -4. That's a big L. Bummer. At least we get the telescope. Gives us Mercury. Andrew, nope. Priestess, maybe. Apparently not. Go next. Okay. We Play the pair of aces. We get some face down cards. We can play the pair of sixes without winning. We can discard some face down cards. If I want. There's an 8. I actually don't know if I have more 8s in the deck. I could play 8 as a high card. I have a pair of 2s, which for sure works. I don't think we had the blue seal. Yeah. Oh well. Extra hand size. That's money. Too late for the red card. Alright, boss says, shuffle me Jimbos. Garbage tag is 40 bucks. We could take hallucination instead of parking. No, parking gives us too much money. I can't say no. $7 plus Arcana pack, that's fine. Mercury, or we can hang an ace and a 2. Keep removing those aces. Still have 54 cards on the deck. I think we just don't have the tarot cards to do anything super exciting with the deck. And that's okay. I think what I want to do here is actually discard first so that we get more parking money, or is this the one where we don't discard? Because I do have the blue seal in hand already, so maybe that's an incentive not to discard. This pair of 10s won't win. And then the next pair does win. I can win with a pair of 7s, I guess. Pair of 7s. Chip it. Alright, so about 130,000 for a pair. Which means next round I can play 3 pairs, 1 high card. That's kind of the pace that we're on right now. Face this Joker again. Oh, go next. Pair of 2s. Okay, play the pair of 10s. I should throw away the ace, because I know I don't have that many aces in the deck. And then the next pair wins, we can play a pair of 7s. Play high card first. And then there you go. 68 on Grimbo. Alright. We... glass card, purple card. Don't think I need either of those. Maybe I have high enough level pairs where glass cards actually matter. Maybe I should take just a random glass card. I'll take a gold seal king for a little bit of money. Maybe it's too late for that. I just want more steel. I just want more tarot cards. A little more. Strength. I could turn 10s into jacks, and that would actually be worth a decent amount of money. Is that something that I want to copy with the Fool? Yeah, sure, why not? Alright. So Let's do this. Oh no, where'd my Jimbos go? Let's go strength. Let's go fool. Copy the 10s. Let's go play the 6s. Oh, apparently this is where my Grimbo is. Cool. I can play a pair of jacks. The next pair is worth 200 something. Or like 190. Okay, I can finish with a pair of 2s. I can discard looking for a blue seal. That's another way to detect where Grimbo is. You can just use a discard. Alright, how about we play the pair of queens? Bummer. No tarot cards. Alright. I mean, that's, really chill. Gold stake win. What did it take? It took Grimbo and a pair of blue seals. Not even a lot of blue seals, just 2 of them. That's it. Mime helps a little bit, I guess. Got a lot of money, but what even did we do with the money? We did a lot of re-rolling, but we didn't actually buy anything. Except for we did use some celestial packs. Bought some celestial packs, telescope. Extra discard we ended up not using. Blank voucher we ended up not using. Crystal ball we didn't use a whole lot. Someone, I don't know, this was like a week ago now. Someone was saying, oh, I really like fortune teller. I was able to get it up to plus 30 by the end. Oh, my condolences. Alright. Tell me at what point did the run feel difficult at all? How about we don't do Midas Mask? I need probably looking for some more X-Molt where the X-Molt could be in the form of just a steel card, just a chariot. Could go death here, get rid of another ace. A little bit sad we can't copy our red steel cards. I haven't really used the steel cards because we haven't really needed to use the steel cards. I think since I have so many jacks, I should make a steel jack. That way it's easy to pair them. It gives me something reasonable to use death on. Okay, handy tag here is 90 bucks. You could double skip and get 180 bucks. So then you gotta fight the serpent right away. Maybe we just want to scale up first. I say maybe, but I know the answer is yes, of course. Alright, I can play the 8s. I don't need the 7 yet. Still looking to turn the 7 into steel. Or if we need it in the future, I will use it in the future. I can play the high card. Get the parking money. And now, steel plus mime is going to be a times 2-ish. So that's like plus 30 before Grimbo happens. There you go. Next round is almost 700,000. Okay, we got level 31 pairs. Chat is pretty strong. Very strong. Because you can retrigger glass cards, and we don't need a lot of glass cards. Probably it's worth getting rid of the parking, even though parking is giving us a lot of money. Chad, we can retrigger the gold seal. We get more steel cards for the mime. Yeah, I'll take the Chad. If the goal is to beat Ante 10, then this will pretty much lock it up. Another option, we take Constellation here, and we can get Constellation to be a ×2. Pretty fast. Hey, look, Wily Joker. And we could spin the wheel. Holographic, nice. Go next. All right. I can play a pair of queens. So now I don't care about parking money. I don't care about wasting hands. Okay, I can play the 5. Let's not break the 7 yet. We can save the 7 for the next ante. Cool. Alright, use the Mercury cards to grow the constellation. As long as you get up to ×2, then that should be plenty for the next ante. We can go Spectral Pack. Aura? Or random face cards? I don't know, maybe like 20-30% chance to get a steel card. Maybe I go on the jack here, get a foil jack. Okay. Bull gives me Mercury, or we can make a steel card. I can make a blue steel. We can make a Zoolander. That's probably worth it. So let's use the planet card first. Then make a Zoolander. Then go next. So here's the thing about the constellation, right? If we don't have a source of income, if we're not actually making any money, you don't get to reroll. And even if you do get to reroll, you only get 1 planet card every 4 rerolls on average anyway. And so pretty expensive to grow the constellation. Celestial packs, you only get 1 celestial pack every 2 shops on average. It's really just the blue seals which grow the constellation. Or if you get the constellation early enough, then you rely on the constellation for points, and then that saves you a joker slot that you can use for money, and then that money allows you to feed the constellation, and so it has this kind of feedback loop. But at this point, we sell out of all of our money jokers and value generator jokers, and we switch to just the scoring jokers. So constellation is not gonna grow, and that's okay. It's a serpent, so play the 8s, play the 2s. Now we have the steel. I could discard. Maybe Grimbo doesn't matter as much as steel cards do. I don't have any other gold cards in the deck, so I would be discarding just for the blue seal. And it's only 1 planet difference. And we only get to draw 12 cards, so just gonna ship it. Alright. About 1,000,000 points there. Alright, thus far, the mime, when we only have the 1 steel card in hand, the mime is only plus 30 molt, basically. We could go back in time. Going back in time gives us more time to grow the constellation, and so you could think about, okay, the difference between 3 hands and 4 hands, that's 30% more hands, 30% more points. If we go back in time, we can get the constellation 30% stronger. Maybe. That would not be that hard. We do, with the card shark, you lose the first hand. Having extra hands allows us to dig for more steel cards. Ah, well. We'll see. We'll see. If I want to go back in time, I could take a priestess to grow the constellation. I could take a steel card. Steel cards do more in aggregate, so let's keep stacking up steel cards. And go next. Alright, 2,000,000 points. We could discard to try to find steel first. I can play the 8s for the money. Alright, so that's 1,000,000 points. I have the red seal in hand, so if I want, I could play the jacks. I could try to get the gold card, try to get another blue seal. Just ship it. Another ante, 3 more rounds, also gives us 3 more opportunities to get Arcana packs. Arrow cards that we can get more steel cards. Death cards, copy the red steel. DNA, don't have room. Bummer. Alright, standard packs, just looking for steel. Chance of getting a steel card specifically, kind of low, honestly. And that's okay. Go one more. Boss says all my hearts are going to be debuffed. I only have the 1 steel in hearts. Grimbo, plus 84, look at that. I'm going to throw away the 6 because the steel one I am planning on keeping in hand. Okay, I can play another 6. I can discard entirely to try to find blue. Discard. I know I have 56 cards in the deck, so the odds of us hitting blue are pretty low. There we go. Cost us a couple discards, but now we're at the point where I get all of my molt from the steel cards before the green joker happens, so green joker actually doesn't matter anymore. I could play the 4 for some money. And then followed up with the queens. Great. We do have extra hand size because we're playing on the painted deck. I want more tarot cards. I can use strength, I guess. Not super important. We can go plutonium and another mercury card. Now level 43. Wow. Temperance is 17. Hermit gives me 20. I could use strength on. So I have 6 7s. I have 6 8s. I could turn a 7 into an 8. I could turn... I'm out of 10s. Could turn 8s into 9s. Turn queens into kings. Yeah, how about we turn the 7 into an 8, we turn the queen into a king. I don't have to do it now, but I want to use the strength card before the hermit. And, alright, pretty sure we can beat the boss. Let's go back in time. And pretty sure we can score more points by getting a little extra scaling. At the very least, we get to play for a little bit more. Alright. Ship it. Okay, that almost wins already. We can play the king. I could play the foil, but I already have 600 chips. Okay. Could go back in time again. I wasn't really planning on using my discards. We could skip for a negative. We could skip for a spectral pack. Negative is probably terrible, but at least a little bit fun. We don't need to go back in time. We have plenty of points. Pretty sure, as long as we draw all of our steel cards or enough of our steel cards. You know what? Let's take a spectral pack. Ooh, this boss is a little bit stinky, actually. Blue, gold seal, jack. I think we got enough blue ones. Maybe blue jack. All right. I can play a pair of sixes. Don't need the 7. Okay, I don't need the glass card. I could win with the jacks. Maybe I just play the jacks. There we go. All right, level 40, level 50. Now times 3 on the constellation. Andrew. But I don't need the discards. Bummer. I guess gives us an extra $1 of temperance value. Yeah, I don't want the -1 hand size. Sorry. Not sorry. Boss says playing a pair takes away all my money. Bummer. Hey, look, a chariot. Alright. I can turn the glass into steel finally. Playing the red glass, you score more on that one hand, that one time. Whereas like making the red steel, you get more points on every hand if you play multiple hands. Not that we're planning on playing multiple hands. I could turn the jack into stone, foil into stone. That's 100 chips. We only have 760. Alright. Devil. We'll go next. Blue, gold. Play the 7s. If you wanted to be careful, not that we have to, but if you wanted to be careful, you would save the stone for the card shark hand because the card shark scores more points. And see, you know, now we've done Ante 10 a couple times because we went back in time a couple times, and then now doing Ante 10 for the 3rd time, we can actually win without any of the steel cards. Going back in time, not always worth it. Super worth it this time. I could take a red seal king. Ah. Oops. Spent a little bit more than I was originally planning. 5 and 4, we can hang them. 54 cards. Go next. Play a pair of 3s. I can play the 8s. I can discard for blue. Okay. I could play high card just to draw. Or are we good with the pair? There you go. Play the pair of 8s. Throw in a stone card. Yep it. $49 then. And what's this boss? Oh yeah, my money. Bummer. Alright. Standard pack, no steel. Standard pack, another blue jack. We got 5 blue seals on deck, that's plenty. Earth. Maybe I might have missed a few planet cards in the shop. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Pretty good chance. But times 3.9, almost entirely from just our blue seals. Haven't hit many celestial packs in the shop. Alright. Pair of 9s. And then dig for a pair of jacks. Oh. Only one hand. Rude. Mega Spectral Pack. Mega Overstock. Boss is extra large. Alright. What's in the Spectral Pack? Aura. Familiar. We could Hex again. So 8, go Aura. Foiled again. No holographic this time. Holographic good because then it gives us the molt before the steel cards are applied. So that's actually, I don't know, plus 12%. Maybe plus 15%. You can Hex. Wow. Alright, folks. I think that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you believe me if I tell you I think we can beat this. I think we can beat the wall with all of these red steel cards. Alright, but we did the thing that we originally wanted to do. We originally wanted to... What was it? We wanted to beat Ante 10. Ante 10, not much trouble. It's kind of rare that you get to win with just pairs on the painted deck. But obviously not impossible. Definitely starting with Grimbo in the first shot makes things pretty chill. Getting Card Shark for the X-Molt. Mime could be used to get a lot of points from the steel cards, which is what we ended up doing here. The steel cards didn't really kick in until Ante's 9 and 10. And 10 and 10 because we went back in time a couple times, and you know that's when we were actually using the steel cards. Didn't get that many steel cards early on. There was an opportunity maybe in Ante 5 or 6, maybe even Ante 3 or 4 to take a random steel card from a standard pack. Usually I don't take the random steel cards that early because in Ante 7, in Ante 8, in Ante 9 the steel cards weren't actually relevant, and if we didn't have the mime, wouldn't have been relevant. Green Joker was giving us plenty of plus molt, and so I don't like to spam the deck with steel cards and potentially glass cards if I don't need to. Yep, the main thing that the mine was giving us was the blue seals, which in this case ended up taking us by Ante 8 maybe 600 chips, and then by the time we reach the end game here maybe 800 chips. Constellation picked it up pretty late, but with the blue seals we're able to grow it pretty fast. What he's trying to say is the blue seals do a lot of work. All right. That's 27 in a row. Take care, everyone.